Hello and welcome to Inside Edition, where we discuss national, regional and international issues in depth. The Kingdom of Bahrain and the People's Republic of Bangladesh and Bahrain enjoy outstanding mutual relations and continuous bilateral cooperation in various fields. The two leaderships' commitment to the close coordination led to various bilateral agreements on economic, technical, trade, investment and cultural aspects. Bangladesh and Bahrain have been maintaining an excellent partnership since the very beginning of diplomatic relations establishment. To talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined here in the studio by His Excellency the Ambassador of the People's Republic of Bangladesh to the Kingdom of Bahrain, Dr. Nadrullah Islam. Welcome back. Joining me here in the studio is His Excellency the Ambassador of the People's Republic of Bangladesh to the Kingdom of Bahrain, Dr. Mohammed Nasrullah Islam. Thank you very much for coming today and for talking to us in the show today.
Assalamu alaikum and thank you for having me.
Alaikum assalam. Doctor, first of, just to get the people to understand what we're going to talk about more, we'd really like to get from you an idea about the history of the Bahraini-Bangladeshi relations and the witness stages of development. How did it start and where is it at now?
Thank you. At the outset, I would like to convey our deep regards to His Majesty King and also His Royal Highness Crown Prince of Kingdom of Bahrain. And both Bangladesh and Kingdom of Bahrain got independence in 1971. Okay. And right after independence, we had established diplomatic relations between two countries in 74. Okay. And following that, in 1983, Bangladesh Embassy was opened in Bahrain. And since then, actually, there has been a lot of engagement between two countries. And current Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, she visited Kingdom of Bahrain in 1999 to attend the funeral of late Amir of Kingdom of Bahrain. Yeah. And since then, there has been other ministerial visits, foreign minister level visits and other engagements. And both countries, we shared common values and faith and other things. And we are very active at UN and OIC and also Asia Cooperation Dialogue. So, diplomatic relations between Kingdom of Bahrain and Bangladesh, it has been excellent for many years. That's and it will be 50 years, we will be celebrating after 2 years, 2024, because 1974 diplomatic relations was established. Yes. So, it has been very excellent years.
That's wonderful. And one of the things that really make it unique is that both leaderships on both sides are always keen to bolster this kind of relationship between Bahrain and Bangladesh. What can you tell us about the value of the leadership wanting to bolster and augment this kind of relationship between the two countries?
That's a very important issue. And when I presented my credentials to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa in May 2020 during difficult time, and he was talking about our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. So they know each other, and leadership actually they have been at the UN forum and other OIC forum, because Bangladesh and Bahrain sit together because of alphabetical order. So always they are together. So even before this, actually, let me visit that 1973 OIC summit in Lahore. There actually former Amir of Kingdom of Bahrain and our founding father Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, they attended that summit. Okay. So it has been actually historic relations, and both leadership, current leadership of Kingdom of Bahrain and also Bangladesh leadership, they are very keen to enhance bilateral relations between two countries.
That's definitely something that we keep seeing. Also, how did the official exchanges, you've mentioned a couple of the official exchanges, how did these result in enhancing the two countries' commitment and relationship with each other?
That's very essential. And as I talked about, that ministerial visit took place in 2015. Our Honorable former Foreign Minister, A.H.M. Mahmood Ali, MP, he is currently Member of Parliament, not Minister, he was former Foreign Minister. He visited 2015 to Bahrain, and that visit actually boosted up relation between two countries, because during that visit 3 agreements were signed between two countries: investment cooperation, avoidance of double taxation, foreign office consultation. So these are the very key instruments. So ministerial visit, not only it is for the sake of visit, it actually creates a space for further development between two countries, relations, economic engagement, trade and investment cooperation. So, it is essential. That is why actually when I met current Kingdom of Bahrain's Foreign Minister, His Excellency Dr. Abdul Latif Jayani, and I requested him to undertake a visit to Bangladesh. And in fact, our current Foreign Minister Dr. AKM Abdul Momen MP, he already invited Bahraini Foreign Minister. So, our invitation is there, and Dr. Jayani, he also committed to visit Bangladesh soon. And we look forward to his visit, and not only foreign ministerial level visit, other ministerial visit, education, sports, culture. So, I am working on that other ministerial level visit. I will be inviting our Honorable Education Minister to undertake a visit to Bahrain, because Bahrain recently has expressed their keen interest to create a education hub in Kingdom of Bahrain.
Yes.
So, Bangladesh, 170 million population, there are many students, they are going to Europe and America to study. Why not coming to Bahrain?
Absolutely.
So, that would be very essential, and I am also working on that area also.
Yeah. One of the things that we're very proud of here in Bahrain is that Bahrain is home to a very big number of the Bangladeshi community working and studying and living in Bahrain actually. So what can you tell us about these kind of relationships, or basically the history of people coming to Bahrain and living here, making Bahrain a home for them from Bangladesh?
It has been since 80s when we opened our embassy in 83 onward. Actually, Bangladeshi people, they started coming to Bahrain, and there are many doctors, engineers actually. Initially they came, and also general workers. So, we our Bangladesh community now, it is a significant number. After second largest community after Indian community. So, they are contributing to both economies, towards economic development of Bangladesh, and as well as to Bahrain economy.
Definitely.
So, they are happy, and they love this country so much, and many of them actually, they have been living here for 20 years, 30 years. So, it is
longer
amazing,
longer
than they were in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So, it is interesting, and it is very good to learn, and also seeing that people are happy. And I must underline here that Kingdom of Bahrain in the region in Middle East, they are the model for treating residents, migrants, workers very humanly, and with all kinds of facilities. The protection is there. His Majesty's government, His Royal Highness Crown Prince and current Prime Minister, they are very sensitive and also caring for the welfare of expat workers.
Absolutely.
So, our community, they are very happy to work here, and in this regard I would like to again convey our deep gratitude to His Majesty King and his government for giving extraordinary support to our community here in Bahrain.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying that. When we talk about the people of Bangladesh that are living here in Bahrain and have made Bahrain a home for them, one of the things that makes them feel safe and at home is having a very strong and functional embassy. And the actually one of the greatest developments launched are initiatives at the Bangladesh embassy in terms of consolidating bilateral relations, and also that the embassy has many services that they provide to their citizens, and also services that they provide to bring the communities together. What can you tell us about these services and these events that the embassy provides?
Basically, as you said, yes, we launched several initiatives. One of that was focusing on investment and trade cooperation between two countries, economic engagement. That's why I had actually seminar other day in a hotel, and I invited Bahraini leading business people. And also I met Bahrain Chamber President twice, and I invited him to undertake visit to Bangladesh, and I am working with our Bangladeshi business people in Bangladesh to invite Bahrain. And end of this year, autumn fair, there will be exhibition here in Bahrain. We have invited our traders, exporters to come here and to exhibit their products.
Wonderful.
And apart from that, we have also community services, passport and related issues and welfare services. Anything comes like any complaints, any compensation they need from realization from their working places. So we talk to the companies and try to resolve in amicable way. And in this regard, again, I would like to say that most of the Bahraini companies, they are very caring for their workforce, and it is not that difficult task. So, and also apart from this trade and investment, I have also initiated to exhibit our Bangladeshi culture and arts.
Yes.
And that's why last year there was one solo exhibition. One of our leading artist, Jahangir Hossain, he took part in Baka Art Center
Yes.
Solo exhibition. And in this year, May, end of May, we had another exhibition, photo exhibition of Bangladesh, glimpses of Bangladesh, and that was wonderful. And many Bahraini, they were amazed to see that Bangladesh, they got we got mountain, we got sea,
Yes.
we got forest. Largest mangrove forest in the world is in Bangladesh, Sundarbans.
Yes.
So, and Royal Bengal tiger is there. So, I encourage Bahraini visitors to undertake visit to Bangladesh. And also likewise Bangladeshi tourists, they should also visit Bahrain.
Yes.
To see beauty of Bahrain and the scenic atmosphere here, hospitality of the people of Bahrain.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. So many front embassy is engaged.
Yeah.
And as well during COVID, embassy supported government of Bahrain, their initiative for vaccination.
Yes.
And also awareness building. People of Bangladesh community, they abide by the rules, regulation of COVID, so that spread is tackled. So it was very successful model, and Bahrain has shown the path, and it was recognized internationally that Bahrain is one of the leading countries to combating COVID during this very critical time.
Definitely, definitely. Actually, that would have been my next question to you. During COVID, a lot of the world, let's say, economies and powers had to come to a total standstop because of the fear of the pandemic, the not having a vaccine in the beginning, and then having it provided, and then being a lot of logistics that came into it. How do you value the swiftness, of course, and acknowledged swiftness by the international community of Bahrain in dealing with it, and even for its residents in providing health care as well as vaccination? So how do you value, and how important was it that Bahrain actually provided this for the residents?
Thank you very much for bringing this matter. And I would also like to emphasize here and also acknowledge the extraordinary measures by His Majesty King and his government to tackling COVID. And we didn't feel that we are in a foreign land. We felt home, and it was equal treatment was given to both nationals and residents. And our community members, they got these facilities. Treatment wise, it was free of cost. His Majesty King announced that anybody infected by COVID will be treated free of cost.
Yes.
It was given, and we are very glad and happy, and we do appreciate government of Bahrain for extending that. And also in this context, I would like to extend our appreciation, felicitations to frontline workers, the doctors, nurses, hospital caregivers. They did amazing job, and WHO, they recognized that Bahrain is one of the leading countries tackling this COVID. And it was not a standstill. Actually, everything was open, but COVID regulations was given, and we maintained that. And even Embassy of Bangladesh, as I said earlier, that we supported this initiative, and also we created awareness among our community members so that they abide by these rules.
Yes.
And it was excellent job. And equally, government of Bangladesh, in Bangladesh, we managed COVID very well.
Yes.
And our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina also took the leadership, and she was also appreciated by WHO and also Gavi, Global Alliance for Vaccine Institute. Actually, they recognized the role of rolling out vaccination in Bangladesh. Yes. Also 170 million population. I think by this time almost 70-80% covered.
Yes.
And Bahrain was one of the leading because 100% vaccination was given.
Yeah.
And despite these achievements, we also have taken extraordinary measures for those people who are out of vaccination, encourage them to come for vaccination.
Yes.
And it was launched by your Ministry of Health in cooperation with Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kingdom of Bahrain, Embassy.
Yeah.
We supported that initiative, and also we were successful. About few thousands undocumented Bangladeshi, they took vaccination.
Yes.
So it was actually, if I put in one word, marvelous job
Yes.
done by Kingdom of Bahrain
Definitely.
tackling COVID during this challenging time.
Both countries. Thank you very much, Doctor. When we look at the relationship between the Kingdom of Bahrain and also the People's Republic of Bangladesh, we see that the strength of the relationship is a cause for them to have so many understandings and so many cooperations in different fields. One of these very flourishing fields is the trade field. So bilateral trade actually between the two countries currently stands at about $50 million per year. How do you value this kind of success, specifically in the field of trade that now has come back after the COVID restrictions have been lifted and there is more work to do?
Yes, as I said, I am working on that trade cooperation between two countries, and in fact, Bangladesh and Bahrain, we signed basic instruments for trade and investment cooperation. Now we need to work together for developing that. That's why I invited our Bangladeshi exporters to come to participate in Autumn Fair to exhibit our quality products like RMG, ready-made garments. It is globally, after China, Bangladesh is the second largest exporter.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that second largest? And ceramics, leather products, light engineering, and even Bangladesh is exporting ocean-going vessels.
Wow.
Ship making also industry is coming up in Bangladesh.
Right.
And also light engineering, and also some car manufacturing unit set up by Toyota and Malaysian Proton Saga, and also Korean companies, they are looking at Bangladesh market. And also Samsung, they already set up their mobile plant in Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is quite advanced in different quality products. So trade 50 million, I think it should be more than 200 million. So I am looking at that figure, and also Bahraini companies, those who would like to export their quality products to Bangladesh, Bangladesh is ready to import, because we import a lot of products from different countries. So why not from Bahrain?
Yes.
And equally, Bangladeshi products like Bahrain, they import from many countries, so they can look at Bangladesh market and they can get quality wise same products but less price from other destinations.
Understand.
So that would be very win-win for both countries in enhancing trade cooperation between two countries. Yes.
Definitely. One of the things that you've mentioned that will enhance also more cooperation is the tourism cooperation between both countries. Bangladesh is a touristic set of islands, and as well as the immediate areas there and the people, the friendliness. What can you tell us about tourism in Bangladesh?
Yes, tourism one of the thrust sector in Bangladesh, and we have around 10 exotic places in Bangladesh, like longest sea beach, Cox's Bazar, 120 kilometer unbroken sea beach.
Wow.
So that's a very amazing thing.
Yes.
And also we have mountain hill tracks, that's a very scenic beauty. And as I said, Sundarbans, the largest mangrove forest in the world. You can see deer and also Royal Bengal tiger there.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go to zoo. You can go and see live
In the
Royal
natural
Bengal tiger
habitat.
natural habitat.
Yes.
So that's a very amazing thing. I am working on that, and that's why we have had this photo exhibition in Bahrain. That was a very successful event. Many people, they expressed their interest to visit Bangladesh, and in this regard I would like to emphasize also that Bangladeshi tourists, they can come to Bahrain as well, because you know that people from Bangladesh almost every year 100,000 plus, they undertake visit to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for performing Umrah.
Yes.
So many of them, they can come to visit Bahrain, because Saudi and Bahrain, it is close by.
Right.
So if visa facilitation and mechanism are liberalized, and it is given on arrival or electronic visa system.
As it is already now.
Already, and I am happy to note here that Under Secretary of NPRA, he is working on that liberalization process, and I have seen many development happening. So many Bangladeshi, those who qualify to get electronic visa, they are getting it. So I hope that in future more tourists will be coming from Bangladesh to Bahrain, and also likewise from Bahrain to Bangladesh.
Definitely.
And it would be a win-win for both countries.
Looking forward to that, definitely. Bahrain has actually become, as we've talked about, a model in the way it dealt with the pandemic by providing all of the related services for free. Also, as you have mentioned, Bangladesh has dealt with the pandemic at that time. Now, after the pandemic, with the reviving of the agreements and the cooperations, what do you see, or what would you like to see under new cooperations between both countries?
We would like to see more cooperation in health sector, because pandemic, it has shown that each country around the world, they have to work with global community to tackle this, and both Bangladesh and Bahrain can work on that area, and that's why I am working with Ministry of Health and NHRA to looking for setting up pharmaceuticals industry here in Bahrain. And some other trade cooperation and investment cooperation between two countries we should work on, and also education cooperation, as well as sports and cultural events we can work together, and as well as many other areas. This post COVID situation, both countries we are looking at revival of economic process, and I have seen that Kingdom of Bahrain, they have taken extraordinary measures in creating jobs and reviving economy, and they have taken many mega projects. So Bangladesh can contribute. Already, there is a significant number of Bangladeshi qualified workers here, and we can send or contribute to construction of many mega projects here in Bahrain. So Bangladesh will be happy to look into that matter, and also skilled workforce. We are talking about engineers, doctors, and nurses, paramedics, and those who qualify for working for different important projects. And also recently, government of Bahrain has taken initiative for agricultural development. And Bangladesh, 170 million population, we do not rely on import of food. We have our own agricultural base, and that's amazing thing. So Bangladesh can cooperate with Kingdom of Bahrain for agricultural development. And recently I had meeting with National Initiative for Agricultural Development Chief, Sheikh Maram, and I expressed our interest to work with that area, and she also committed to support us for bilateral cooperation in agricultural
Definitely looking forward to that kind of cooperation. Well, when we talk about cooperation, it's very important for the embassy itself to have that kind of communication and cooperation with the local organizations in Bahrain in order to provide the best services for their citizens that are residing in Bahrain. What can you tell us about the value of the good relationships with the different entities like the LMRA, the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Health, in order to provide all the services you can for your citizens here in Bahrain?
Now that's a very good question, and I met Interior Ministry high officials and also Minister of Foreign Affairs, and I proposed to Minister of Foreign Affairs to have regular contact with the Embassy, Interior, LMRA, and you will be happy to learn that recently, a few months back, I met Chief of Public Security, Lieutenant General Tariq, and we had a very good discussion about cooperation with his department, so that our community members, they abide by the regulation of Kingdom of Bahrain, and also they get best services from both government of Bahrain and also from the embassy. So it is actually not embassy alone can perform better. It should be cooperative efforts from host government entities and also some other entities of Bahrain, not only government agencies, there are some private agencies, some NGOs, quasi-officials agencies, and also media. they can contribute to build awareness among the community member.
Yeah.
So I'm also working with different news channel, different newspapers, and also Bahrain TV.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm talking here, and we can work together for betterment of our nationals, those who are living here, working here, for the betterment of everybody, and also for future development and prosperity of Kingdom of Bahrain.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you. Before we end today's show, my question to you, we've talked about the culture of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. We've talked about the many things and services that the embassy provides for its citizens and community work. You talked about the photography exhibition that was here, as well as some artists visiting Bahrain, and all of these things. What can we look forward to? What are the plans of the embassy in the future?
There are many plans actually, apart from these kind of cultural, sports and other ministerial visit. Here I would like to mention about one big projects of embassy currently we are undertaking, that is construction of Bangladeshi school. You will be happy to learn that there is a Bangladesh school here in Bahrain. It has been operating since 1995, so many years, and we are very grateful to His Majesty King for giving a land in Ali.
Wow.
And that land is empty now. So embassy, after my arrival, I have taken initiative to construct that building.
Wonderful.
And our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, donated money for construction of that building. That is now complete design, and within months, maybe 1 or 2 months, construction will commence. So that would be very great achievement for the embassy. And also beyond that school building, I have requested Government of Bahrain to give us a land for construction of our own chancery, embassy building.
Okay.
So we'd like to do that, and also I would like to see Bahrain, they opened their embassy in Bangladesh, because Bangladesh, you know, it is now 48th largest economy, and in couple of years it will be 25th largest economy. It is approaching $500 billion economy.
Wonderful.
And also reserve is $40 billion plus, export is $45 billion. So Bangladesh economic wise is doing very good in recent time. And recently, you know, that Bangladesh largest bridge, Padma bridge, that was opened in June 25th, and it is a $3+ billion project, and it was self-financed. It was not received any loan or support from international community. It is a Government of Bangladesh own funding. So that's a very good achievement, and so we would like to see that both Bangladesh and Bahrain can work together for mutual benefits, and in coming days particularly focusing on these economic aspects, so that both countries, they can be benefited from mutual cooperation.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad Nadrullah Islam, for being with us. We look forward to all of the things in the future for them to be fulfilled, all of your plans for the future, and we'll see the updates then in the future on what the embassy has done, what everything, the cooperations is happening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me, Bahrain TV, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
And we'd like to thank you, dear viewers, for watching us, and we'll see you next week in another episode of Inside Edition.